he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Metal Customs. Today we're going to get back on the 68 Mustang project. Some parts finally came in. We have the side skirts and the fender flares. That's going to help us line up that front lower fascia section and get everything looking really cool. Well, I've got the box back here on my cart, really weird looking box. Let's tear into it and see what they sent us. Now, I told you, it's a really weird looking box here. Let's get our knife out and start cutting and just see what we got. Never seen no packaging quite like this. This is drip. Well, 3 hours later, I got the fender flares unpackaged. 4 of them. Yeah, not sure about the quality on these. Definitely going to have to be worked. There's a lot of chips and gouges, things like that in them. You can see that mess right there. Yeah, just all through it, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see if these come anywhere close to even fitting the car. Well, as we figured, stuff fits like crap. But guys, I'm here to tell you, there's not a whole lot of choices when it comes to a lot of this fiberglass stuff. So dig around, try to find the best deal you can. Just because you're going to pay more doesn't mean jack. I've bought fiberglass from 4 different companies now, and they're all about the same as far as fitment goes. So prepare to do some body work, a lot of trimming, a lot of cutting, and just a lot of smoothing out. Now let's go ahead and just start here at the rear. I mean, that looks like it's sitting in there pretty good, don't it? Yeah. Look at the gap here. We're going to have to really mash that in. And if you get on the inside, you can see how far away it is right there. It does not fit that fender well that great at all. And it's a brand new fender, quarter panel, so the wheel well's perfect. Okay, she comes down, sort of touches here. I can put a finger in here before it hits the fender well. As you can see, this has to be flexed forward. I really thought that this would flare out and come into here. That would look so much better. Well, same way with this bottom piece here. This is supposed to be for the side exit, which you would figure this thing would sit a lot lower, but it does not. As you can see, the lip is right here. So to get side exit through here, yeah, I can make it happen, but not too happy with that. And you can see the way it waves down through there. The front actually sits up against the fender. That's lovely. That has to go in. And then this front flare here is fitting half-ass decent. But I thought, and from all the pictures I've seen, this is supposed to flare out into this. This does not go all the way in there like that. This goes like this. So, yeah, going to be a lot of fiberglass work done on this thing. So, and what I just showed y'all on what has to be done, you can see that none of the stuff fits right. Like I say, 4 companies, 4 different companies, everything fit about the same crap. There's a lot of fiberglass work and a lot of blending in going to have to go on to make this car look right. Which goes to the next issue. Like up there on the front, we're going to have to pull this in to exactly right there. This goes forward some. and we have to blend fiberglass into here. Well, that makes this front bumper unremovable, this fender unremovable. Once it's all said and done, because everything's going to be fiberglass together, and the same here, this has to be blended in here, and all of this line down through here, which makes it where you can't take the fender off. So, I've done contacted the owner of the car, and I'm going to talk to him about this business, because he wants that no gap filled, super smooth look, and I don't blame him. That's the way to do it, and do it right. But I think what's going to have to be done here is I'm going to have to go ahead and order my paint. Take the fenders off and go ahead and paint all the inside and the jambs and the edges and everything. Then put them on and do all this work here. Might as well go ahead and dress out everything with paint. The inside of the doors, the inside of the rockers here and all, and get good paint down in there. Because once I put this thing together, that's it. It's together. Then once it's together and I get all of this fiberglass work done, then of course paint the body, and that'll be that. But yeah, this stuff not fitting right and everything not contouring to each piece. I mean, you would think that at least these would match up because they're, you know, just right out of the same box. Y'all just see me take the box apart. But no, it doesn't come close to nothing. So I'm going to wait on him probably and see what he's got to say about it, and we'll just go from there, I reckon. Well, since we're waiting some on that situation, we can go ahead and get some other stuff done. The block-off plates in here need to be made and installed. So, how do we go about that? Cardboard. Make a good cardboard template. We got this one cut out. She fits in there pretty good. It's a little tight, but that's okay. Just gives my general shape that I'm after. Well, after that, I take it over, put it on a piece of metal, draw around it, cut it out, like so. And then, I'll go over to the grinder, just start grinding around my edges to get that perfect fit. And so far, I'm almost, and I mean almost there. It just looks like a little needs to come off the top and the bottom for it to set all the way down in there. So, let me get it over there. Let me get my big gloves on. Them edges get sharp. Wear you some gloves, guys. And I'll get all that ground around the edge to where it sinks down in there well, and then we'll go on to the next step. All right, now that I have the edges all ground down, as you can see, she fits in there just like a glove. So all we got to do is basically hold it in there, and go in here, we'll trace all our circles out, drill our holes in this. But before we do that, I have another one already sitting here with the general shape. So since we know this one fits, and fits both sides very well, go ahead and drop this one on here. Mark around it, then we'll know how much we need to take off of this one. That'll just make it a lot easier, and less trips back and forth to the grinder, checking everything. Matter of fact, I take my hand cutter on this one and cut some of that because we do have a bit of excess. But now that that's done, we'll just go back over to the car. If I can get the camera straight. Grab this one. The little magnets are just handy. Hold it in there where we want it. We got our holes marked. No, we didn't get all of our holes marked, did we? Huh. Okay, we did that time. There we go. Now just pop them with a center punch and get my drill out and get them, and we'll have that much done. Alright, both of these are done. They fit in there pretty well. I like it. So what we'll do on final assembly, we'll go in here and we'll get some of the bead sealer and we'll run some around. We'll probably do it before final assembly. I want to get some paint in there. I think when I do all this trimming and stuff, I'll go ahead and trim that out too. And we'll get the back side of these primered and painted. Then we can put these on, like say put a seam sealer on here. Then we'll grab, you see scoops have studs on them. Well, as you see, I got this one nut run down here. We'll get them measured out where they should be. That way the scoop will go through, and that nut will hit against these and hold that there. And then we'll put the nuts on the inside and then let that dry overnight. And that will seal that up where no water, moisture, or anything can get in there. And the way we're going to do the paint on it, everything will look really nice and flow together super well. Alright, well, that turned out really well. Happy with that. So, we're going to go on to the next thing. Now that we have all of our pieces, we have our upper fascia, our bottom fascia, bumper, whatever you want to call it, and our side skirts and our flares. It's all the pieces we need to make all of this go together like it's supposed to. So, what we're doing, as you can see, I took the bottom off. I have it just held on there by a couple of clamps anyway. But I know where it needs to go. What we're going to do is try to get this piece exactly where it goes, or as close as we can. Like I say, guys, these fiberglass parts, they don't fit worth a crap. Now I've got the doors lined up, in case you done that weeks ago. They're perfect. The fenders are perfect. So the whole front end is squared up and where it's supposed to be. The gaps look good. Even though this is not the hood we're using, we're still using to line up our gaps and whatnot. And all of that looks great. So now we have to get this fitting right. And I think I know what the problem is. When you put the nuts on the studs with some washers, it pushes it. So we're going to have to reconfigure that. But right now I'm going to grab my little 1/4 inch, zap all these off. I think I've got a stud to come loose over here and see what we can do to fix that and figure out how we can get this thing on there correctly, where it's going to line up right. Excuse me. And we won't have like this lip here, if y'all can see that. See how that sticks over right there? Yeah, that ain't right. This needs to come this way some. So, let me get all of that zapped off of there with my little electric 1/4 inch, and we'll see what we can do about it. Alright, got that front off of there. And yes, that stud had pulled out again. It's the one that goes here. And I don't know if y'all can really see what I'm talking about here. But as you get under here, that right there is really close. When you put a washer in here, it tends to tighten up and push outwards. Push the nose outwards. That's what I got to work out. And stud's not going to come out this time. I drilled the hole, put it down in there with some glue. And this time I drilled a hole through here. It goes to approximately here. And this one goes approximately here. And drove me 2 pins through there with glue on them. So that will stop that thing from pulling out now. It's got a brass fitting on it about like that. It's about that big around. So these pins are going over top of that. So that should solve that problem. Well, while that's going to dry overnight, I ran out back and bam. That's what I found. So I'm going to go ahead and install this and put the latch back down. And that'll give us a good point for our trunk and let us line up more. That's why I haven't done the final work here as far as additional fiberglass or just a light coat of Bondo to get it smooth. I want this trunk shut exactly where it's going to be before I go doing all that. That way I can perfect them lines. Well, it looks like the trunk latch is not going to work. I took the other piece back out. That piece there will not go high enough to actually latch. That piece may work, but that one may not work, or that one may not. That may work and that may not. But apparently the ones off of the coupe are not going to fit this fastback trunk and work correctly, so I might have to either find some or modify these or what have you. But that's neither here nor there at the moment. Right now, say this is the next morning, our glue is dried on here. So what we're going to do is try to get this upper nose fitted properly. But first, I'm going to go through here, and you can see like that high spot right there. I'm going to get that sanded down. Any of these little crunchy spots that are kicked up and things like that, get that all smoothed out. That way it'll fit better. I'm just going to use my little belt sander here to do that with. I'll be slow and careful. We'll get that taken care of, and then we'll get this fitted up and see if we can get it to fit properly. Alright, I have this front nose here. This is as good as it's going to get. It's just the shape of the fender does not match the shape of the nose. So there again, fiberglass work and whatnot. I did get this a lot closer. It's not going to be perfect. I'm going to have to build up a little bit down through here to get it perfect. This side, same way. Just a shade. No, I mean just a shade. If we can build up, I'm going to cut that down. Come in here and actually add the contour of this fender. Nowhere near matches this. I've tried pulling this out 50 million times. It is what it is, and it's where it is. That's the best that's going to go on there. So I grabbed the lower, throwed it up there, put a couple clamps on it, and I've got it where it needs to be. And the way this works, this will come in here to right there. That's the way it's supposed to sit. So we need some brackets on that. So I made some little brackets, as you can see. They'll work out really well. We'll go in here and weld them on the inside of the fender, and then that bracket will come down and catch this lip here, and we can bolt it to it. As well as we need to design some other support brackets for all of this fiberglass. So we got it going on, so let's get with it. Alright, got them brackets made. If y'all can see them okay. Yeah, right up in there, got them welded. Got them bolted in on both sides. And I got, see if we can even see here. Oh, can't see jack. Oh, right up here. Alright, I got a bolt and a nut right through here. If anybody can even make any of that out. Yeah, the camera's trying to blur up on me. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, I've got it secure enough for now. Like I say, we've got that bolt coming down through here. So the bottom and the top are bolted together. We have our bracket here on the side. So we got a bolt through there. Still got the jacks holding it up. But now we need to make us some braces. And what I'm going to try to do, see what metal I have, and come up with some good braces. I want them to bolt to the side here. And we want one to come out here with a plate that comes down where this can bolt to. And then we want one to come out here with a plate so this will bolt to. So let's see what we can dig up as far as some steel goes. It doesn't have to be brand new steel or anything. It's going to be up under the car. I mean, we'll make it look nice, but we'll save $1 here and there on little things like this. It all adds up. But let me see what I can find, and we'll see if we can get this properly braced up. So here's what I come up with. What I did, see this blue square here? That's actually the inner bumper off of a 2000 Mustang. So I cut it to fit, as you can tell, and it fits in there very well. Got some holes drilled, got it bolted here on each side. Then I took some of this 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square tubing. And, I think you see that up there. Yeah. I drilled it and bolted it in to where the factory bumper brackets would have been bolted in. And then maybe a little angle cut there and come down, and I got her tacked. I'll get all welded up really nice once I get it removed and everything. So now what I'm going to do is come in here, and I've got some of this steel rod right here. And I'm going to come down from this point here and down to here. Steel rod here with some holders where I can bolt to bolt. And then I'll have a steel rod that connects to it and comes over and connects to our bolting brace right here. This will give this a little bit of strength. I mean, yeah, it seems pretty good right now, but better safe than sorry. And we do need something to come out there to the side to stiffen that up. So that's the plan. Let me get busy. Alright, we've got all of this finished up. As you can see, we've got our steel rods here, tab here that it bolts in, tab up there. Steel rod runs over here, and of course welds to that bar that we made. So we've got that done on both sides. Then I went up in here. Yeah, y'all can see it right there. It's this metal plate here. Here, it's one continuous piece. And, yeah, if y'all can see that okay, got it held in there with that bolt. Now I just drilled me 2 holes. Put a bolt in there to hold the top of this bottom bumper piece here. Keep this off from flopping. But yeah, that's got all the front taken care of as far as our bars and our supports go. So, good deal. So guys, there you have it. We're going to wrap it up. It's another week put in on the Mustang. I'm really happy with the way things went. Everything's starting to line up, take shape, get proper braces built and everything, so this car will last and do well once it's on the road. But yeah, thrilled to death with it. Happy that I got to work on it this week. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I appreciate you watching. If you would, throw us down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on the super things. And please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Till the next one, we hope that everyone has a fantastic day.